Okay, you were live.
Great, thank you. Welcome, everybody. It's August 28th, 2024. This is the Hyperledger Foundation meetup group for the new lab, AIFAQ. So let's get started with what is the Hyperledger Lab AIFAQ. It started from a group of us from the documentation working group last year, looking at all the AI tools to help with documentation. It led us to want to create a vehicle for vetted information. So it's an AI powered open source tool that will answer your questions based on specific information you put in the system. So it's kind of like the old accounting term, garbage in, garbage out. This is good stuff in, good stuff out. And it's designed to intellectually handle your information so that you get responses that are reliable and accurate. So again, the interface that's shown on the graphic is kind of just our way. This open source project can be copied by anyone, and the information that you put in can be everything from cookbooks to, again, we like to do the blockchain documentation and the form questions because we're Hyperledger. But again, this system can be used for anything with your own information. So moving right along, this is a Linux Foundation Linux Foundation sanctioned code. So we have to abide by the antitrust policy and also the code of conduct. And I'm going to drop those both in the chat right now so that you can, at your leisure, take your time and go through the code of conduct. The antitrust policy. So Hyperledger is under the Linux Foundation umbrella. So these calls are recorded and put on their YouTube channel. And so we thank you for that. And again, it's Hyperledger. Hyperledger sits under the Linux Foundation. So again, I put the code of conduct in there. That's just tells you how to act civilly towards people on a consortium-based call. So if you have time, please follow that link and read that over. And just to let you know, we are one of the lab projects under Hyperledger. So we're hoping that our project goes from a lab to an incubated status. In order for us to move there, we need people to get involved, more maintainers, more companies to hop aboard and join our calls. So the public calendar, there's a link right there. And I'm going to put a link to the public calendar in the chat as well, so that if you want to join our call, which is Monday Eastern Daylight Time, we meet every Monday for a stand-up call. And we'd love for you to join, even if you just want to listen and want to hear what we're working on, that works too. So again, just a note that on the bottom left-hand corner is news that Hyperledger is migrating to under a bigger umbrella under the Linux Foundation. Hyperledger, all the projects will stay the same. There'll be Hyperledger projects, but we'll be working instead of under the Hyperledger Foundation, the decentralized trust foundation of the Linux Foundation itself. So look for that move at the end of September. It will be seamless. David has promised to me. Okay, so today, real quick, I'm just going to go over what we're going to talk about. We're going to give you a little introduction under the hood a little bit about what this AIFAQ Chat Bot is used for. We're going to give you a live demonstration as if you're an end user asking questions of the system. And then we're going to go over some of the features that make it special. And then Gianluca, who is the spearhead of this project, will show you how to take the open source code and make it your own and manipulate it and use it. And then we're going to have a Q&A and some networking time. So I'm going to get started really quick. Again, I am Bobby. I'm one of the mentors on this project. I've had a wonderful summer with these guys. These are some of the most amazing, brilliant people I've worked with in all my 7 years at Hyperledger, and it's been an honor. So I'm going to pass it over to Gianluca, who will introduce himself, and then the rest of the team. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Hello, everyone.
I'm Gianluca Capuzzi, an Italian software engineer, and I started this journey the previous edition of the Hyperledger mentorship program. And so at the end of 2023, we start this project and also the new edition of the program, this time as mentor. And that's all. For me, it's very interesting to apply the AI to blockchain ecosystem. Thank you.
And I don't think Arunam is on the call, so we'll just go right to Jayram for introduction.
Hello everyone, my name is Madhula Jairam. I'm a BTech student in Information Technology and Mathematical Innovation at the University of Delhi. And I'm a AIFAQ mentee for this project. So I have learned many new things and all new technologies, how to integrate in the last 4 to 5 months. So it was a great achievement for me to work with this team, and I'm hoping to work with them for the next. And thank you. And I would like to pass the mic to Shreya Sahai.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Shreya Sahai. I'm a computer science engineering student from India, and I'm also an AIFAQ Chat Bot Teams mentee. I'm currently working in the artificial intelligence domain, and I have been an open source contributor for like 1 or 2 years. And I know the importance of community driven development. So I know on the vision on which AIFAQ is working, and I hope we can stand out on your parameters and deliver the product. Thank you. I'd like to pass on the mic to Anshika.
Greetings to everyone. I'm Anshika Vashisht. I'm a pre-final year graduate pursuing my engineering in information technology. I'm working as a AIFAQ mentee on the development committee as well as the business committee to collaborate with both the teams and make this chatbot more accessible and more collaborative. Thank you for such a great, amazing mentor and this community. Thanks a lot. Over to Jacqueline.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline. I'm currently a master's student at UIUC. It's a university in the United States. I'm an AI FAQ mentee. I work both on the front end, back end, as well as the artificial intelligence team. And I would like to thank you for taking the time to attend our presentation.
Hello, I am Shubhratik Mondal, AIFAQ mentee from India in this project, and I have been working with the team in the back end and the front end part and loving to contribute in this project. And thanks to all the mentors who have been guiding and forwarding and helping to make the chatbot more efficient. Thank you. And with this, I am heading towards the next section, which is what is our development and functionalities. So, what's the main goal? To assist all the users by providing conversational AI tool that efficiently answers context specific questions, reducing the need to shift through extensive documentation. We aim to support the users by simplifying workflows by avoiding the need to wade through oceans of documents to find information they are looking for. And heading towards the functionality parts, it is the prototype implements an open source AI chatbot that responds to the HTTP request using RESTful API. It utilizes retrieval augmented generation to enhance the chatbot's answer by incorporating the knowledge from external database. The system supports data ingestion to create vector database from sources like online software guides and GitHub documentations. So, what's the integration? The system is an open source Python project that integrates with external knowledge databases such as vector database to improve AI responses. It currently uses Hugging Face Zip 7b beta model with plans to explore additional open source models. A user interface module is also planned for future development to complement the existing HTTP request based. Now, what we are actually working on is basically on two parts. Basically, the first part is the data ingestion workflow, from where we are getting all those data. So basically, we are taking all the documents from the reader docs, which are loaded, splitted, and chunked. Then the next step, what we are actually looking for is that the chunk takes are then processed by Hugging Face embedding model, which converts them into vector embeddings. The resulting vectorized chunks or the embeddings and their corresponding text chunks are combined and stored in the ChromaDB database. And this ChromaDB manages these embeddings to facilitate efficient retrieval and similarity searches for later queries. And what is the next part, what we are working and what we are actually want to give the features to the user is that the chat workflow, how it is working. When a user submits a text query, it is sent to the Hugging Face model, which generates vector embeddings of the query. These embeddings are then sent to ChromaDB, a vector database that performs a similarity search to find relevant text chunks from previously stored embeddings. The query and these retrieval text chunks are then forwarded to the zip beta LM, which generates a response based on the combined inputs. Finally, the response is passed through the LangChain and the fast API service, which are using as a backend, which formats and delivers it back to the user. This process ensures efficient, contextually accurate responses by leveraging advanced models and vector search capabilities. And this is what the front end looks like, that if a user had a query, it will send, and the messages, all the responses are given on the left side, and all the histories of the chats are stored on the sidebar as well. With this, I'm concluding my part. Now I am moving this to Jacqueline for the live demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just going to quickly share my screen so everyone can see. Let me know if you can share my see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So right now I'm on a cloud IDE. It's called Lightning Studio. And the reason I'm doing the live demonstration here is to show that with proper setup and installation, you can run the FAQ chatbot on any type of device. So right now you're looking at the main page of the AI FAQ. I'm going to just highlight some of the main functions and main features in this chatbot, and then I'm going to do a quick demo on how to post a question and what the current response looks like. So most important, apparently you could see the configuration file. It contains some key information such as what model you are using, where are all the documents located, the host, and the port. So the folder path here, right now we are currently using Hyperledger Fabrics documentation. So that requires some setup, and then you will extract a list of files for further use and for the chatbot to reference. And then we extract those information using this ingest Python script to create the knowledge base. Looking at the main function, it loads the model tokenizer embeddings and things like that from the configuration file, and then it also defines a prompt for the FAQ chatbot. And then all of these are also are connected using the API script. So right now, the current code supports a GET request and a POST request. For a POST request, basically, you will ask a question to the chatbot, and then the chatbot will return a response. In order to run the chatbot, you just need to start the API script, and then it takes some time to set things up. And as you can see, it is loading, and then you will receive some information from the terminal saying that the chatbot is running from the designated port and host. And what you could do is to enter such a curl request. So with a question, such as how to install Hyperledger Fabric, and then like after that, enter the host and port. It will take some time to return the response, but as you could see, the response is very long. But the only reason that the response is very long is that if you look at it, examine it in detail, first it will return the question you ask, and then it will return the response, so page content, and then you can see the response here. After that, another feature that this chatbot offers is that it also returns the source. So basically that means where this chatbot get this answer. So right now you could see it's from rtdocs.install. And this is just a quick demonstration of the chatbot from the user end. And then later in this presentation, Gianluca will go into more details about the code, how to set things up, and so on. That concludes my section. I'm going to now pass it on to my colleagues for innovative features.
So the main innovating features we have used LLM plus RAG, and it is also an open source, so which preserves data privacy and reduce cost and high flexibility. And we have also used a CLORA method to which optimize the memory usage reduction. And the next, can you please share the next slide? So here we have used LLM plus RAG method. So it's a technique that combines a powerful AI model like ChatGPT with a smart search tool. So here it works in a simple term. So LLM is a part that generates text, answer questions, or writes content based on the information it has learned from the lots of data. And the RAG comes here, retrieval augmented generation. So before the AI generates an answer, it first searches a database or a collection of documents to find the most relevant piece of information. So this search process is called a retrieval. So combining these two processes or methods, so which gives a relevant and more accurate answers and up-to-date responses. So this makes the answer smarter and more relevant to the specific questions we have asked. So next innovative feature is mainly we are using an open source prototype. So our solution is an open source prototype under Apache 2 license. So what are the key advantages are mainly data privacy. So we have a full control over the data without relying on the external services, and the cost reduction. So eliminating the need for expensive licenses or subscription services. And lastly, and high flexibility. So access to the source code allows for customization and adaptability. So we can modify the model as our needs. So next innovative feature that we have used here is CLORA, which is abbreviated as quantized low ranking adaptation. So what is the quantization is it compresses the model data makes it into smaller and faster pieces. So, and after LoRa, it fine tunes small specific parts of the model to save computational power. So the results which comes are faster processing with the less memory uses while maintaining the accuracy. So this makes a AI model quicker and most efficient, ideal for task where speed and accuracy are important. So search for the case we have used in our chatbot. So these are the innovative features. I just passed the next, my section has been completed. So I just passed to Gianluca.
Okay, thank you, Jaram. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, I can share my screen. Okay, that's first of all, that's a cloud IDE that we use just as a suggestion. You can use what kind of tools you want, especially if you have a GPU, a graphical card in your PC, in your local PC. You can use that. You don't need to use a cloud IDE to touch with your hands. But if you want to touch with your hands and you have not a graphical card in your PC, you can use freely these two tools or another one. And so the name is Lighting AI. I will put the name in the chat after the when you sign up. It took some days, and after that you can create new studio, which is similar to VS Code, Visual Studio Code project. So when you create a new project, you can find the same guide on the README file of the official GitHub repo of the project. And we also created an YouTube video, which is the same guide if you want to test the system. When you create new studio, the new project, you can see it's very similar to VS Code. You have to wait 100%, obviously. And so, okay, now let's get the code. So open terminal, and using get, and for example, we can get this URL, github.com, Hyperledger Lab, AIFAQ, okay. And main.zip, which is the, I think it's, yeah, there are. Okay, so you have the file here. You can unzip the main zip file. And so you have the code here inside src. So we can remove the main zip file and also the main.py because it's automatically created by the system, and move inside the directory of the code. Okay, here we can create the folder where when the system take the documentation. In that case, is from Hyperledger Fabric, but you can use which kind of documentation you want. So I'm okay. Okay, and now we can execute this command to get the read docs documentation from Hyperledger Fabric. Is I think dot read doc. .io. And Yeah, this is the last release, I think. Okay, this command download all the versions of the redox guide, so we can stop when we see that change this number. Now it's downloading the 2.5 version, so it's that we want. But now we can see 2.4, so we can stop, Control C, and you can check. So in redox, okay, this is all documentation. Okay, we are indexing in 2.5. Okay, so we can compress old content and move on into RT docs folder. We use that command. Okay, I think it's worked. Yes, this is the file. You can move that file some folder, and also we move in that folder. There we are. So move, okay, uncompress the file. I think it's the same command that, but change C with X and remove the final dot. Okay, and now we can remove the compress file and also the directory with the other documentation. Okay, we are here. We can now we have the documentation in our folder, and we can install requirement. So first of all, switch to GPU because we want to use that GPU. We can use I think 11 hours per month, if I remember right, and this is 24 gigabyte. And select that one. It takes some minutes. I think it's with one. Okay, switch. And obviously wait for 100% of the bar. Okay, at the same time. Yeah, now we want to create the knowledge base using our documentation, the read docs that we downloaded. So open the terminal, install the requirement. You have to move in the source directory. And installing dependencies in that file. Okay, now we can create that knowledge base, running that Python script. Yes, Jacqueline. Yeah, config. Yeah, I think let's show. Doesn't mean config. Yeah, and maybe.
Hi, Gianluca. You
Yeah.
need to move to the
Yes. So
board three.
sure. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and it creates the ChromaDB directory. All the configuration is in that file, the name of the persist directory, but also the folder path about the documentation and other configuration. Yes, this is the address of the service, the port, which we will run when we execute the Python script. So, okay, now it's we can execute the Python, the API. And it downloads the first time it downloads the AI model. Oh, wait. Meantime, I can open the Hyperledger. Yeah, it docs, which is that one. I start also with the introduction about the general blockchain, so we can also ask question about blockchain. Okay, the system is running. We can open another shell terminal and send a request, post request to the API using a curl command, which is .either. Yes. And it's JSON the request and also the response. Yeah, in text property, this is the text of the question, like what is fabric, or well, like how to secure data privacy. I don't know. To secure. And now the service. Okay. And you can see Okay, this is response is very high because there are it contains different fields. One is the message, the request, and also the document source. But inside the response, let me check. Yeah, here. Fabric is a permissioned blockchain where each component and actor has an identity and policies define access, control, and governance. This topic provides an overview of the Fabric security model, blah, blah, blah. So it's, I think it's enough for us. And so it's the React front-end components ready. And also we have a Docker architecture, but we are testing on cloud. So in next weeks, we are ready to have a live version of the system reachable using an URL. And yeah, it's for this part, I think it's all. If someone has question, can ask now or later.
Actually, Gianluca, there are a couple of questions in the chat. Let me just get.
Okay.
Okay. So are you seeing the screen again? Here we go. So first, we're just going to go on to some questions. Let me just get the chat back up. I have too many screens open. So the first question was a general question, and it had to do with restrictions on the number of vectors that can be applied to a single piece of data. So are there any restrictions on that? And the question was,
yes, sorry. Is there any restriction of the number of vectors that can be applied to a single piece of data? Okay, it's yes, memory is restriction because now we use 24 gigabyte of memory, and yeah, you know that embeddings means to represent data in the space using vectors. So if the number of vectors is too high, we have a very long vector to represent each token. So the restriction now it's related to the memory. We in the configuration we can also, if you check the code, there are at the moment yeah, in main file maybe I think yes, in main file we have 4096 it's the max length, and but it's that number is related to the fact that we need no short question response for the system. So the problem is the memory. So 24 it's enough, and we can run this system because that model Zephyr, which is derived from the Mistral AI, it's a model which is the 7 billions, uses the low rank and quantization for the representation of numbers, so save the memory. I don't know if it's enough for my answer. And who pays for tokens? Are
the next
AIFAQ query limited by token costs? Yeah, it's a bit related to that one. Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, the idea, in my opinion, the idea is to start with system that save costs, because we can also check the cost of the system, and the cost is related to the cloud costs, obviously. And if we want to have a look, I don't know if we, I don't know, we we are investigating RAM pod, but also AWS cloud. It's very similar cost, and in pricing, we see that 24 gigabyte of RAM is about 0.43, so $0.43 per hour means times 24 hours per day times 30, it's about $300 per month. But we can also check that it's not enough sometimes. But we are investigating another solution, which is the model distillation. I mean, we also test something. If I can share my screen, I have some very, very recent results about that system, but just a graph, a chart, no more. This is my last result of the system. I try to, what does it mean? Mean that I trained the system, so not use RAG, but use to train the system, the fine tune of the system. A smaller AI model, GPT-2, to understand. Yeah, I fine tuned GPT-2 using an instruction data. Okay, and this is the result. So it's quite good. How to create data set? This is the best question. And for creating data set, we used Llama 3.1, so the last version of Llama. I think 7 billion version as teacher. So GPT-2 in model distillation technique is the student, and our teacher is the LLM Llama. It's the very recent results. It's a benchmark test, so it's very early to talk about that, but we are investigating that way. So we have to have a smaller model like GPT-2, and which use less than 24 gigabyte of memory. Okay.
Are there any more questions? Please just come off mic and ask it now. You'll have time again later, but now's a really good time if you have any questions. So just. Well, we do have some built-in questions for us. One was about the cost. The other is about asking for help testing. So I'm going to turn this back over to Gianluca again.
Yeah, okay. For the future improvement, yeah, some of them we already talked about them. Yeah, I think it's one slide later or one or two slides later. This is the slide where you can find the YouTube hands-on guide that you can see, but also see the Discord channel link, and please also fill the feedback form if you have 1 minute. And
I dropped it in the chat now 3 times, so I'll put it in one more time all by itself. We really encourage people that have attended to fill this out so we know what part user, end user, developer, investor, which we were looking for, or business enterprise decision maker, which we're looking for to adopt this wonderful technology. And we encourage you to join our conversation. We're going to put our LinkedIn profiles links in the chat in a second, but here is a link to join our Discord channel. We hope everybody, a lot of communication happens on that channel, a lot of great questions. I know Mike Novak had a couple questions working on a similar project. We'd love to hear from you, Mike. Our meetings are Monday morning. Repost which one, Mike?
So you posted it to me directly, not to everybody.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will change that right now.
I don't know. I appreciated it, but others
I
may
didn't
not.
realize I was just on you. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Here's the YouTube video and the networking forum.
Yeah, it's very important for us because that's a study and investigation, but we need to understand. It's very precious. It's very important for us the feedback from other organization, other community or individuals, because we want to go to the right direction. So it's very important to have further use cases or application or I don't know, very interesting for us, your feedback. And about future improvement, I think we have a slide.
Yes, we do. Hold on just a moment.
Yeah, sorry, thank you.
And we have Shreya and Katja to introduce the slide. So there we go.
Sure. Greetings to everyone. As many of you know, I'm thrilled to be here today to discuss our work on the AIFAQ project and explore the incredible networking opportunities it presents. Yeah. So, as many of you know, AIFAQ is an exciting initiative within Hyperledger Labs aimed at developing a proof of concept LLM chatbot. So yeah, making it an invaluable tool for both developers and the newcomers in the Hyperledger community. I would be like to discuss some more briefing on the networking part. Yeah, basically, networking plays a critical role in the success of the AIFAQ project. The collaboration and knowledge sharing become more important than ever. So through networking, we have the opportunity to connect with experts in AI. We have also put down the Discord link. We have also put on the GitHub repo where you will get to know what basically we are doing, how we are implementing our AIFAQ chatbot to make the process easier to get to know about the Hyperledger documentation. And we have also the opportunity to connect with experts in AI and blockchain, cloud computing, and front-end development as well, which is bringing unique perspectives and skills that can drive our project forward. I'm also putting on the link of the Medium community, which is named AIFAQ Bot, where you can see and check the list of curated Medium series articles where we have jotted down our experience, how we are implementing this project, how we are making this project more efficient for the newcomers as well as developers. Now, my teammate Shreya will discuss more about the opportunities for collaboration. Over to you, Shreya.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you everyone for your time. So we encourage everyone here to get involved with AIFAQ project, whether you're interested in contributing to the code, providing feedback, or simply sharing your insights. We're also looking for potential collaborators or investors. Your participation is very invaluable to us, and by working together, we can accelerate the development of the AIFAQ chatbot and make it an essential resource within the Hyperledger community. As I said, the AIFAQ project is just the beginning, and with your support, we can create something truly transformative. Bobby has already put out all the links of our social media accounts of LinkedIn, our Discord, our GitHub, and our wiki page. So I request everyone to go check it out. And it is a very, I would say, important part of being on the Discord community because you just get to know what is actually happening in the day-to-day lives of our AIFAQ project. So please go check out. And once again, a request to everyone, please fill out the feedback form. It is very essential for us to know who are interested in the project and we can communicate with you. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, if there's any last questions, please feel free to ask them now. Either just jump in off of mute your mic or type them in the chat. We do want to encourage people to come to our Monday morning meeting. We put the link in the very beginning. I'm going to go get the calendar link so that you can find the Zoom. Actually, I have it right here. To join us for our meetings, which are, of course, I lost the link. Public calendar. So this is the Hyperledger public calendar, and what it shows is every meeting that's happening in the Hyperledger community. They are all open and public. You're welcome to join any one of them. There's special interest groups. There's all the projects themselves and the tools. Each have meetings all week. So if you've been interested in any of the Hyperledger community projects, please follow this calendar link, which is right there. And it will show you our meeting, which will be on the Monday, and it's one of the first meetings Monday morning. The link is there. Please join us 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where we talk about where we're headed with our project and how we're going to get there. So again, I want to thank Gianluca, Shreya, and Kasha, everyone who spoke, J-Ram, so Patrick, everyone, thank you for your hard work, and I really appreciate it. And I guess that's
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Danielle. Oh, this is Danielle.
Hey. Hi, everyone. I'm the executive director of the Hyperledger Foundation and soon to be LF Decentralized Trust, and been watching this project very closely, and it's fantastic to see this work. I know that there's other folks at the Linux Foundation, so other open source projects that we've been talking to and kind of directing them over to this project as well. So I think that it's fantastic. And one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody here on the phone understands is that, this is all, community work, all the volunteers and the great mentees. Well, the mentees are part of the mentorship program as well. But it's been really fantastic to just see the community come together and work on something that is, hopefully going to be core to how we bring new contributors and new users into the community, which is fantastic. So, David Boswell and myself and the rest of the team really are looking forward to supporting this, to bringing, the projects on board, right? And seeing, how we can deploy this to all the projects. Because very often people say, I can't find any information. Where do I go to find the stuff? So very exciting. Thank you all for all your contributions. If there's any, there's lots of things we can help with, and we're hoping that we can help with a lot of these things as well. But fantastic, and thank you for all the presenters today and your demos.
And thank
really
you,
great
Danielle,
work.
for those
So
kind words.
My pleasure.
Again,
Thank you, Bobby.
of-
Bobby, I know you're the glue. You're the glue to a lot of these things. So thank you, Bobby, for all that you do for the community.
But again, this came out of our mentorship project last year, which was trying to handle the vast amounts of documentation. And when it came down to it, it's just a matter of asking questions of that documentation. That's why you need it. So this hopefully will solve that issue.
Fantastic. And you know what? With Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust as a bigger umbrella, we're going to have more projects with more documentation and more diversity in the, developers, the ecosystem, the users. So this just becomes, more and more important. So great to see. Love it.
Thank you so very much. And thank you for your support. Everybody have a great evening. And I'll see the team on Monday.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.